We're joined live in the studio now by Darian Harris, the recently appointed Chief Executive Officer of Providence St. Joseph Hospital and Memorial Hospital here in Eureka. Darian, welcome to Redwood News. We're really pleased to meet you.
Thank you so much, John. Really excited to be here with you and certainly appreciate the invitation to join you tonight.
Well, you were somebody we very much wanted to bring in, so I'm really glad that you were able to accept our invitation, so thank you. Now, how have you found taking up this new position now that you've found yourself here in Eureka with your family?
Absolutely. I couldn't be more excited to be here. My family has loved it. It already feels like home in many different respects. Most recently, we got a chance to transition up from Sonoma County, where I was a chief executive of two of our sister hospitals within Providence down there in Sonoma. My wife is actually a nurse practitioner and started at Hospice of Humboldt here recently. Phenomenal organization. And, you know, I have a 5-year-old and an 8-month-old who are settling in quite nicely. So we've just received just the most amazing welcome from those in the healthcare community, but like yourself, everyone really in Humboldt has really been amazing to my family. So to that, I appreciate it.
And I got to meet your kids at the Alzheimer's walk. It was like they had a great time.
That's right.
But you just touched on it there. You've got a lot of experience with other large hospitals, haven't you, before coming here?
Absolutely, absolutely. So certainly have experience at some of the industry-leading organizations across the country. But some of my earliest experiences professionally actually started in rural North Carolina and small locations there. So lots to translate to our experience here.
Now, how do you think having a large organization such as Providence benefits a smaller community like ours?
That's a phenomenal question, John. You know, we're a part of a 52 hospital health system, and there's so many advantages to our community to be able to tap into the resources and expertise available, best practices from a clinical standpoint, as well as just the passion, the commitment, and the expertise that's available in our 52 hospitals across 7 states is really exceptional. And a great example of this is we've been able to invest more than $22 million in community health investment within our community in a number of projects over the last year or so.
Now, Darian, what do you see as the bigger challenge in your new role? Is the recruitment, retention of physicians? That's an issue, isn't it?
That is a phenomenal question, absolutely. I look at it as an opportunity as we head into the years ahead. Access is going to be really important, whether it's rounding through our hospitals or rounding through Murphy's grocery store, chatting with my neighbors, continuing to hear the opportunities for us to expand access from everything from primary care to neurosurgery and orthopedics presents us an opportunity. And it's not just about finding physicians and providers to come to this community. It's about retaining them and making sure that we're supporting their practice to ensure we're finding folks who love Humboldt County and the North Coast as much as we do.
Now, you've also just recently commemorated Breast Cancer Month, and we were part of that. We really appreciate it. But cancer treatment is a big focus for the hospital, isn't it?
It very much is. We're the closest cancer center for more than 3.5 hours. And, you know, providing cancer services, you know, close to home becomes a health equity opportunity. And what we share is we have phenomenal transformative care that has really been advanced both clinically by folks who live in this community, know this community, and love this community, including Dr. Mahoney, who is our medical director and really a trailblazer in the field of cancer services.
But it's not just cancer services, because you also do a lot of outreach for many other parts of the community, don't you?
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. From open heart surgery with our phenomenal physicians and cardiologists and Dr. Arcidi and Dr. Tim Botzler, who actually graduated from McKinleyville High, to the collaborative efforts that we're doing with Emmy Botzler, Rogers, as well as our local universities, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Flamer, Connie Stewart, and a number of other folks. We're continuing to advance behavioral health infrastructure improvements to really best meet the needs of our psychiatric patients here in this community, both keeping our caregivers in our emergency department safe, as well as delivering the care how, where, and when these patients in crisis need it. And so that's been such a great example to see the passion from these folks, including Dr. Bayan, from the Waterfront facility, who helps support substance use disorders, and they celebrated their 5-year anniversary, and we've gotten a chance to invest in them as they provide a very needed resource in this community.
Now, we don't have very much left, I'm afraid, Aaron. We always run out of time. But anything else you'd like to share just very quickly before we go?
Thank you so much, John. I would just like to say thank you again for this invitation, the incredibly warm welcome that we've received, my family and I, since arriving here in Humboldt County. And just want to share our immense appreciation and focus on putting our arms around Humboldt County and making sure that we are able to provide the most exceptional care right here close to home by people who know and care about you in this next chapter for health and well-being in our community.
Well, Darian, it's been such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in. I think people feel very reassured that their healthcare is in such a safe pair of hands.
Thank you so much, John.
It's
really
a real pleasure.
excited to be here.
And we'll be right back after this break with the weather. Let's take a look at the almanac.